Hi there, my name is Yana and I'm an art stationery maker from Malaysia. Today I want to share with you guys my 2026 vision board and also share with you guys like how am I intending to make all these goals into like bite-sized goals so that I feel like it's achievable, and I hope it helps you guys to also break down your goals so that it's more manageable. At least that's what I hope. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So right here is the vision board that I made, and to be honest, I think besides like the pictures that I'm using, it's just slightly different from last year. But yeah, so let's just get right into it, okay? So, in terms of like the main goals, I have three main goals, which is the brand expansion and to have a healthy body and also to have a healthy mind. Now, I know the vision board looks very career focused, and that's the whole idea. This year, it's to really take my whole brand and my art like to a next level. I really want to expand the brand as much as I can this year. So that's like the main goal. And in terms of my healthy body and mind, probably I should start with that because this one is more of something that I would like to achieve. Oh my god, what's wrong with my words? Something that I would like to achieve along the way while I am actively chasing after my um, dream career, you know? So I want to make sure this year that I do not fall behind on things because last year I was pretty much like winging it throughout the year and just hoping and praying for the best. So this year my approach is a bit more strategized, I would say. So I'm hoping to give myself like proper breaks in between, like in between the day there's proper breaks, because sometimes I could go all day long like for 12-18 hours straight. Yeah, there were times that I was actually doing work for like 18 hours straight and without resting. And the hustle is true. When you're running your own business, there are days that you are going to spend more than 12 hours working on whatever that you need to work, and that's just the reality of things, because you're a one man show. If you have a team behind you, probably you wouldn't have to be doing a more than 12-hour workday kind of situation, like probably lesser. You wouldn't have to do it too many times in a year. But anyways, I'm really hoping that I give myself enough breaks in between. And with that, I'm actually also trying to only work from Monday to Friday. This is not including the days where I have events on the weekends to attend to. This is more like during like production or filming stuff, like everything. I kind of want to try to get it done within the weekday, so that I have my weekends. I can spend it for myself, I can spend it together with my husband, I can spend it together with my friends and family. I feel like that needs to be a thing this year. That needs to be like a major thing this year so that I can really enjoy the process of growing the brand, growing the art, but also enjoy the process of just being me, like growing as a person. And so that's like one of my main things, like make sure it's only like a Monday to Friday workload kind of situation, and then make sure I'm getting proper rest in between. Of course, in terms of body, there is a goal, there is a number goal. I would love to drop to 50 kg back again, because I may not look like it, but I am getting super close to 60 kg, which is like overweight for my body. And now I'm at 59 point something. I'm at 59 point something, and I need to drop the weight to 50 ideally, because 50 kg pretty much would not put much pressure on my backbone. I do have a old back injury, and being this being at this weight, at this 59 kg right now, it does, one, it makes me feel sluggish. Two, at times, like even just like doing simple tasks, I feel the, I wouldn't say stress, but it does feel like I'm putting some sort of pressure on my back, and that feels very unsafe. And some more, I'm already like turning 35 this year, kind of the mid age kind of thing. So, I really got to be careful. And the reason why I'm saying is mid age, because I don't know whether you guys realize or not, but nowadays, most women average lives up to like 70, I believe, 70 plus. So mid age of that is literally like, where am I now? So yeah, so I'm not going to play a fool with my body anymore. So I really want to make sure it's fit, it's strong. And so yeah, so number wise, I hope I can reach 50 kg. But we'll see. So the idea behind it is, like, the plans, the mini goals that I would like to achieve to reach that end goal is to basically do 2 to 3 times jogging in a week, so that I also get some fresh air, because your girl here coops up in this room for most of the time. Most of the time I'm just in this room. So at least I jog outside at the park. So, it's fresh air, getting some movement, all the good stuff. And then also in between the days that I'm not going out, I'm hoping that I'll be able to like slip in the core strength exercises, because I know I need to be fit. I want to get stronger. I want to be fitter, so that I can also do like events without feeling sluggish, without feeling tired too easily. All this helps. All this really helps. And it's all about building that momentum of getting into the habit of doing these exercises. And then, obviously, this is the second day. And so far, I've only drank water and 1 cup of Chinese tea. So far, up to the second day, still doing good. Still doing good. Uh, I plan to cut off my, not say cut off, but lesser intake of sugar and rice, and just try to eat as clean as possible, like without much fast food, without much like fried stuff. Of course, in between, I am going to have some of those, because one, I'm in Malaysia. The food is too good to just like skip everything. So I definitely will have my cheat days in a week. I would say maybe 1 or 2 cheat days in a week, but the rest I'll try my best to like either meal prep or try to just eat as clean as I can, essentially. So yeah, that's about the healthy body part. The healthy mind part, I would say, to be honest, I don't know how to make my mind healthy besides traveling. Because last year I traveled to Tokyo, and oh my god, you guys, the reset that my mind had after the trip was just incredible. Like, it's exactly what my mind needed to start fresh, to like move on in life. Like, treasure all the past memories, the past experiences, but make it so that it's easier to like move on. Like, not say move on, but more like move forward. Like, make it like worthwhile to move forward. So in my mind, I'm thinking for my body, for my mind, for my mind, I feel like traveling will really do it. Like, it will be able to like reset stuff and put things like into its proper places. When I say put things, it's like my thoughts, like put them into proper, secure boxes. But yeah, so And I would really love to travel to Japan again. I know I just traveled to Japan. Would I like to travel to Japan again? Of course. It's my only dream travel place, to be honest. It's pretty sad to say, like, I would love to explore Japan once again, like alone this time, you know? And yeah, so there are talks, there are plannings to go to Japan again end of this year, but depending on what or how much I earn for the year, we'll see. We'll see whether that trip actually works out or not. And then I'm not sure if you guys realize, but in the vision board, right up there, there's also Mamamoo picture because this year in June they're having a full group comeback, and they're also doing like a world tour. So I don't know how or what's the plan, but I would absolutely love it if I could attend their concert. I would absolutely love it. So fingers crossed, hoping that that works out. Um, but yeah, so that's about the healthy body and mind goals that I have right now. And then for the biggest portion of this whole thing, the biggest chunk of my goal, which is the brand expansion. So, under the brand expansion, basically, it's where the creativity falls, the money plan falls, the growth falls in there, and the whole like building the whole stationery falls into this category. So, in terms of money, let's start with money first, okay? Because as most of you know, creators, stationery makers, like especially like if you're doing it on a small scale, no income is like a stable income, unfortunately. So everything is like it's very dependent on whether you're doing events, whether you are doing commissions. So everything is very like up in the sky. It really depends on whatever you're doing and where whenever you're doing it, you know. So money wise, I would say cumulatively, oh my god, that was so hard to say. Cumulatively, I would love to earn an average of, I believe if my maths is right, it's 60,000 ringgit Malaysia in total. I know it sounds like a lot, but to be honest, a lot of you guys are actually making this amount of money throughout the year, but you just don't see the huge chunk just because usually you receive it in smaller chunks throughout the month, and when you have to pay your bills, you have to pay this, you have to pay that, you know, you don't see the big amount. But in total, I would love to earn 60K and more, you know, and more. But that would mean that um, in a month, for 12 months, I have to reach an average of 5K. 5K per month. 5K per month does not sound a lot. 5K ringgit Malaysia does not sound much to a lot of people who are probably my age, who are probably like having stable jobs and stuff like that. Because supposedly, at my age bracket and with the experience, with the years of experience in the working industry, you should be able to earn about 7 to 8K by now. But seeing how I'm doing this like from home, it's my own business, and you know, everything is like still rocky. So I would love to achieve that 5K, um, 5K earnings per month. How do I plan to do this? I'm planning to work on commissions, events, and also consignments. So yeah, I think it's mainly like these three. So I'm hoping like this year I really get to focus on this tree and like really organize and launch products properly so that there's like hype behind it. I know there's a whole process, and probably I will need to make a breakdown video, but that's for the future me to worry about. when I get my thoughts more together and when I've experienced it firsthand of doing a proper product launch and how is the feedback of everything like throughout the process, I'll definitely share with you guys. So keep an eye out for that one. Hopefully I have a successful product launch in March because that's where my first shop update is gonna happen. So fingers crossed. But yeah, so that's in terms of the money part. In terms of the growth part, I'm actually aiming for these 5 platforms. I know 5 platforms is a lot to take in. I know. So, but let me share with you guys first which 5 platforms that I'm really like targeting, sniping this year. Coffee is definitely one of the main ones. YouTube, TikTok, and both of my Instagram accounts. So yeah, this 5 platforms is the one that I'm like really like hoping to see growth in all of them. Now you may think that 5 platforms is a lot to juggle. That's true. Not wrong. 5 platforms is a lot to juggle, but take it as it's like a big slice of cake, which is like maybe your main, like say your project A. Project A is a big slice of cake. Slice it down to serve it to all the different platforms, and you're pretty much okay, because technically speaking, you're just working on one cake and just serving the cake to different platforms. So essentially, it's not too bad to juggle. It's still like very possible to juggle everything. So it just depends on how you want to serve the platforms, how you want to serve the cake to the different platforms. So that's about growth. Don't worry, I'll share with you guys soon about like the breakdowns of the projects. Oh, but before that, since I have numbers written down, just so you know, the growth of each of this platform individually, they all have their set amount, like a minimum amount of contents that's already like ready to go. As in, when I say ready to go, it's not like I already have the content, more like I already planned out the content and it's ready to go in terms of as and when I can record them, I can film them, then I'll film them and I'll post them kind of situation. So I have all these contents ready, and for coffee, basically there is like 50 video and post contents ready for me to work on. And then for YouTube, there is 25 videos. This is all like minimum, okay, guys? YouTube has 25 videos, and if you're wondering why YouTube has 25 videos, is because YouTube is only going to have one video in 2 weeks kind of posting situation. Whilst Coffee has a weekly update because Coffee is where you'll be able to find the full behind the scenes kind of content. So if you like to see like really deep dive into like the back end of stuff, feel free to support me on Coffee. I'll leave the link. I'll leave all the social links down below, but I'll leave the what is this URL? I'll leave the Coffee link here. So yeah, so Coffee, I'll be sharing more in depth of behind the scenes stuff. So that's like weekly progress update. So if you like to see those kind of contents, once again, do support me on Coffee. You can get access to all of that. And soon I think I'll be also announcing like the perks of being investors for future projects as well. So keep an eye on that as well. And then for YouTube, like I mentioned, there's 25 videos for this whole year, and that's the minimum. If I have more like requests of whatever videos that you guys would like to see, I will be more than happy to try to film those kind of videos and share it with you guys. And then for TikTok is more niche. TikTok is something that I want to try. So I already deleted last year. I deleted my TikTok account. So this year, I'm reopening a new TikTok account, and it's going to be focusing more on bullet journal stuff because, okay, I have a whole collection of stationery from other artists, like other local artists, other international artists, and I would love to make good use of them. And I feel like it'll be a great way to create content and to also give shout outs to other artists around the world. So I'll be doing my bullet journal setups using their art, and yeah, so we'll see how that channel grows. That account grows. This would be my first time actually properly wanting to grow TikTok because I've always seen TikTok as like a side gig kind of thing. It was never in my focus, but this year I really want to try to work on it. So the last one is the IG posts, like the IG handles for both Absolute Yana and Absolute Yana Creations. Um, I have a minimum of 100 posts like ready, like in terms of like content that I would like to work on, the ideas that I would like to work on. I have 100 ideas or contents like already ready for both platforms. So I just have to like film it and just post it out there. The reason why IG has a lot more is because I really want to grow both of those account, and also because for IG I feel like posting 2 to 3 times a week gets you the traction and visibility that the algorithm is like craving for. So a bit more work, but I think I can pull it off. I know, like reels, like what, 30 seconds, 1 minute, you feel like it doesn't take much effort. I promise you, it takes just as much effort as to create a video like this. I promise you. So, yeah, those are the numbers for the contents that I have ready for all the 5 platforms. And then in terms of stationery, so stationery and creativity, it ties in together with each other because it all boils down to the main 7 projects that I have in line. Now I know 7 projects doesn't sound a lot, like especially if you're thinking about like a whole year, but that 7 projects is like the main projects. Like in the main projects, there's actually like smaller projects in the main project. So there's a lot going on. And to be honest, the other day I was like trying to like roughly count like how many illustrations like all of this could actually lead up to, and I may have miscalculated, but even with the miscalculation, it's like this is like the minimum, okay? So the minimum is actually 152 illustrations for 2026. That's the amount of illustrations that I have to work on throughout the entire year. And you might be thinking 152 illustrations? To some, maybe it's like, shit, that's a lot. For some, it's like, that's a little. Not wrong, not right either, because it's literally, there's only like 350 something days in a year, and 152 is like already half of it. So imagine having illustrations. You have to illustrate every other day to actually reach the end of the year. So the 7 main project is, the first one is the art bullet journaling. So I think I've mentioned this in my previous video. It's a project where I'm combining art and planning into one. And in this project itself, it's already broken down into 4 different series. So yeah, a lot because in this book, like I can briefly share with you guys, in this book there's going to be like a bunch of different art stuff inside the book, and that's also like that acts like dividers, but also your art prints, and then there's stickers in it. So it's a whole it's a whole thing where if you are into collecting stationery, I think this product will really be something right up your alley. um but yeah, definitely more info about it when I'm actually deep diving into it. But if you would like I mentioned just now, if you like to see like the behind of the scenes of making all this stuff, do follow me on coffee for that. And then the second one would be the Flowing Realms. So the Flowing Realms is actually using my original character Nanabi to explore the flowing realm as a water spirit, like different water spirits. So for now I have 5 water spirits that's going to be represented. And this kind of acts like, I wouldn't say a tarot card, but more like a guardian card. Like that's the whole idea. So this one is more like an for the exhibition that I mentioned in the previous video. Like this is more for the exhibition that I really want to attend. So in my previous video, I mentioned that I would love to attend a fair, an art exhibition called KL Illustrations. I already applied for it. Right now, I'm just keeping my fingers crossed because I'm hoping to get in. I know some people might say it's a small event, but seeing how the exposure and the attention that it grabbed last year, I feel like it's no longer a small event. It's actually quite a huge event. And this is like artists all over the world, especially Southeast Asia, like really look forward to actually like apply and also get in and to showcase their products and also like brand and art and stuff like that. So it's a big deal. So I'm really hoping I get to exhibit this collection there. And then whether or not that exhibition is happening, this is like one of the main collection series for this year. So regardless of whether that is happening, this project needs to still fly, you know. And then the third main project is the Perite series. So Perite series is basically my Kokeshified feline friends essentially. They are very focused on traditional and cultural stuff across Southeast Asia. The reason why I'm saying Southeast Asia is because currently this first expansion, I really want to focus on the Asian culture first. And then once I've solidified this whole series, then I would love to explore like worldwide, like the Western side of things. So for now, I'm just focusing on the Asian side of things, and it's basically they are the cats, like they are different cats, and they are basically wearing different cultural outfit, and there's a whole expansion about it which I'll probably have to share with you guys, like deep dive into it in a whole different video, because I feel like they need their own highlight. So that highlight is coming soon. Okay, that highlight is coming soon. Anyways, moving on. The fourth main project is actually my Inktober collection that I worked on last year. So during Inktober, I actually managed to make 6 sheets worth of stickers, like sticker designs, and I've already started working on one sticker design. I'll leave it here, and one sticker design in a whole sheet. So I have like a full sheet to still work on, and I'm hoping to kickstart, like really get going into this sticker sheet collection like as soon as possible, because this is one of the few main, like first products that I would love to put up into stores, into bookstores, to set them up as consignments, you know. So we'll see how that goes. And the fifth main project is basically like a whole Halloween series. The fifth and the sixth is basically kind of like together, because One of it is actually a continuation from last year. So last year I did a cosmic witch and also a moon witch, and I'm missing one more witch, which is the green witch. So the green witch is basically all these witches are designed based off Malaysian culture. So Malaysia, although we have like five main races, there's three more like how to say majority. I wouldn't say majority. Like these three races are like populating the majority of Malaysia. So I don't know whether that makes sense or not, but anyways, Malaysia just has a lot of culture, okay? Malaysia has a lot of culture, and these three are like the main ones. So the green witch is supposed to represent the Malay culture, the cosmic witch is supposed to represent the Indian culture, and then the moon witch is supposed to represent the Chinese culture. So I have the moon and the cosmic already, and I just need to work on the green witch. I didn't have much time last year to work on it because this series has been like a turning point for my art because of the amount of details and layerings that these art pieces have. It does take up a lot of time to actually complete one art piece. So that's why I couldn't finish the Greenwich. So this year I'm really planning to like sit down and finish the Greenwich so that I have the complete series of the Witch Nanabis. And then tying to that just now, the sixth project is actually another Halloween series, but this one is actually Heritage version. So Heritage, like just now I mentioned, it was more on the Asian culture, traditions and stuff like that, right? So last year I actually did sketch out the heritage for the Halloween series, and it was a shame because I couldn't work on it. There was not enough time for me to work on it, but there was a lot of fans of the project that really want to like see it through. They want to get the physical one, so I'm gonna be working on it, you guys. Don't worry. For those who really wanted that Halloween birthday series, it's coming, it's coming. Don't worry. I will sit down and do it. Also, in this Halloween one, there's another huge project that's like embedded in there, which is the Yokai Tarot Card Collection. The Yokai Tarot Card Collection has been like, I think coming this year is like a 3-year pending project. It's a lot, you guys. It's a lot. And because I've also changed my art style, so I kind of have to rework on the previous cards that I've already made. I'll try to put up here like some that I've already made. Like all this needs to be changed. Like there's more layers that needs to be added on into them. So there's a lot because I'm only focusing on the major arcana. So there's only 22 cards, but 22 cards is still a lot of illustrations, You see where my 153 plus illustrations are coming from. Like it's a lot. It's a lot to do. But I really want to like sit down and do it. And according to my schedule of how I'm planning it out, in coffee, I think starting July, if I'm not mistaken, July, towards the end of July or towards the mid of July, we will actually kickstart our whole heroin, the heck? Halloween series, like from the Heritage Halloween series to the Green Witch to the Yokai Tarot is like back to back fall. People might think I'm actually uh into horror stuff at this point. But we'll see how that goes. And then finally, the last project, the seventh project that I would like to work on is the Dragon Nanabis. So the Dragon Nanobis is actually fan art based. Now last year I told myself I really want to slow down on fan art stuff and focus more on original characters, which is like what I've been planning for the Heritage and also like the rest of the Nanabi series, including the Flowing Realms. But I still have to have some fan art in my collection because I do anime exhibitions, and I do exhibitions, anime conventions. I do still do them, so I need to make sure that I still have like fan art based collection. So this dragon Nanabi is basically like a collection of illustration of my Nanabis interpreted as a fandom. Like for example, like for Wuthering Waves, there's two characters that have dragons, like associated with dragons, as far as I know for now. I think there's probably more, but I only know Jinshi and Jian. I'll put up their two lovely pictures as example. So these are their original looks. So I plan to turn them into my Nanabi style and basically focus on the whole dragon part of it, because my art style focuses very much on oriental aesthetics. So I want to be, essentially at the end of the day, I would like to be known as the person who creates oriental fan art. Now I know animes and stuff is already oriental based, already Asian based, right? But I want to be known as the person like, oh, if you want dragon art, you should go and find her. Oh, if you want yokai art, you should go and find her. Like that's what I want to be known as. So it's like very specific. Like it can be any kind of character throughout the whole anime universe, but they have to be locked down by some sort of like strong oriental elements, like the dragons, the yokais. For now I can only think of these two, but it's like anything to do, like I don't know, maybe like somewhere along the lines you find a goldfish somewhere, like anything that you can think of that's usually represented in Oriental art. So that's what I want to focus on in terms of like working on fan art merch. But yeah, so that's practically the seven main projects. So like I said, in the seven main projects, there's a lot of like a lot of mini projects in the main projects. So there's a lot of illustrating to do. So I'm hoping that you guys are looking forward to it. I did like organize and plan out like when do I do what series. So hopefully that helps me to work and finish those projects in a timely manner. So yeah, so that's my whole deal, my whole spiel for my 2026 plans. Now, if you would like to share your goals with me, do that in the comment section below. If you like all the goals that I've mentioned, and if you like to see, if there's a particular series that you would like to see, like you're looking forward to, also let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, please do hit that like button. And since this is a new channel, subscriptions will always be super welcome because I'm trying to grow this YouTube channel. So yeah, I think that's about it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, do take care and bye bye. Bye. See you all soon. Mwah.